Well, hello there, cowpokes, and welcome to Depraved. We're going to be playing this game all night long, non-stop. We're not going to stop for a single second. We're just going to keep on playing. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't possibly do that. That would be too difficult. In any case, guys, it's good to see you. We're going to be taking a look here at Depraved. This is an interesting game, to say the least. I'm probably going to release a review of it eventually. But currently we're just going to play a little bit, so I'm going to start a new game, and as for difficulty, I'm going to keep it on normal. We're also going to keep bandits, Native Americans, wild animals, and aggressive animals. So let's proceed, make a real depraved game. Now, the cool thing is the game does always generate a random map, so you're not, you're always playing in a different zone, different sort of area, etc. But in general, the idea is pretty much the same, and I think you guys will see that pretty quickly, which is very similar to like original Age of Empires games, just collect wood, stone, etc. So the first thing we have to do is decide where we want to build our settlement. And another interesting thing here that we should mention is if we take a look all the way over here, there's actually a railroad. The railroad has a lot of value in terms of trade, but there's also Native Americans living in this area, and obviously they don't want us expanding too much. They might be okay with us building just a small little settlement, but besides that, no. As you can see, a tribe formed nearby. These guys could be a problem eventually, so we're going to try not to worry about them too much. We're going to get our own settlement set up, and we need to pick a starter location. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick over here. There's a lot around us, a lot of stone, a lot of trees. Trying to see if we have any animals around us. Yeah, we got a group of bison here. These are going to be delicious. So we're going to go ahead and push our settler wagon forward and eventually start our first townhouse. Is it townhouse? Headquarters? Town hall. There we go. The town hall. Hey, Icon Rostov. How you doing, bud? Send the cavalry after them, he says. Indeed. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. In fact, that's another part of this game that's quite interesting, is the fact that in this game you actually have to find horses. You don't just like get them. You have to trade for them or find them, and eventually your settlers can use them. Another tribe formed nearby. Not good for us, but we're gonna go ahead and set up our settlement right about here, guys. Does anybody have a name for the settlement? We'll wait till a few more people join before we name it. Starting off with 20,000. So first things first. I want to go ahead and start building. Now, the game goes very slowly. That's one thing I noticed here. It's a slow game. People might like that or hate that, but that's just the truth of it. It is a slow game, so it takes a while for people to do things. You can fast forward, which is what we're going to do, but even the fast forward option isn't that fast. Let's be perfectly honest. Let's get a sawmill up here, so this will be kind of the first job our people have to deal with, and I'd like to not cut any trees down with the sawmill, so I'm going to kind of... This game also has a very Banished feel. I don't know if anybody has played Banished, but for instance, if you click on a character, we actually have like personalities, etc., which I really like, which actually makes it even more advanced than Banished. But essentially, it's the same kind of idea, except in the Wild West. It's survival out here in a very difficult area. And now that since this guy got wounded, he has to wait until we build a doctor, and that could take quite a while. Let me tell you. We'll also go ahead and get an outhouse because let's face it, everybody's got to do their business here. Put it sort of over here by the rocks. Now, over time, guys, what we need to do is attract more people to our new little settlement here. A resident has died. So right now our settlement is called Decora, and so the resident has already died. We have a lot to go before we get a doctor, a cemetery, etc. So that guy chose the wrong time to die, let's be honest. However, the reason that happened is because a wolf attacked us. Remember, we kept aggressive animals on, and none of our people have guns right now. We have to trade to get guns. So we gotta wait a bit. Hey, Sub Pack, long time no see, buddy. Good to see you, man. What state would you guys reckon we're in right now? See if somebody can guess. A resident from Decora is homeless. Yeah, so we are trying to get houses, but we can't build houses yet. We need to get the lumberyard up, and then, only then, can houses actually be built. Now, I'm worried because we've got a wolf pack nearby, but I'll be honest, I'm mostly worried about the Indians roaming outside our fine, fair town and harassing our townsfolk. So we gotta start shooting them. What do you mean they haven't harassed us? Sure they have. Their very presence is just like spitting in our face. Where are those guys? Here they are. So 2 tribes. One big one. Pretty big one. Over here we have a smaller one. But still, you know, both of them are a cause for concern. We can actually see the name of their tribe, the Chickasaw. Let's move up here. Get back to our people. Hello, T. Nevada. I think it might be Nevada. Could be. Looks like modern-day Saxony. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I would say graphics-wise, I'm not very impressed. Let's be perfectly honest. Like I said, I was planning to do a review on this game because I have a lot to say on it, both positive and negative. If you're into, like, you know, the Wild West, things like that, you're gonna like the game. You're gonna enjoy it. It'll definitely help you kill a few hours. But in terms of, like, being a perfect simulation, or being pretty, no, definitely not. Alright, there's the wagon. We should be able to start building homes pretty soon. We just got to get this sawmill up. And actually, we can start already purchasing some scrap metal. Not sure if any of our people are actually getting scrap metal. We'll find out pretty soon. Let's take a look up here. We should have enough. Not enough laborers and decor. Well, we don't have any houses, you fools. There we go. That's up. Now we should be able to build homes. Alright, guys. We're going to start building the residential area of Decorah. Residential area. Put one house there, one house there. Trying to keep things somewhat neat. And one house here and one house here. We should also probably get an outhouse for the street here. People gotta go, you know? And I think the reason, like, I was thinking about this earlier, the reason people don't go into the woods is because of all the damn wild animals all over the place. So you're safer going closer to home. We can also go ahead and get a hunter. It's about time. Once we get the hunter, though, we're going to have to eventually get the butcher. I'm going to put this guy at a bit of an angle. I don't know why, but seems right. And a stonemason as well. So we've got stone right here, but again, I don't want to knock down any of the trees. This, you know, there are renewable resources in this game, but it takes a long time for them to be renewed. So you could be in a situation where when you get rid of all these trees, you got to go all the way down to where the natives are to get wood, and that's not something we want to happen at all. Let's just get those homes up. Come on, people. Build them faster. We can also boost priority here, just like games like Tropico, etc. So really force people to go to work and just finish up this shack. This will be the first home in Decorah. Hello, Neil Evans. How you doing, buddy? It is an interesting game. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's interesting. So there we go. We've got several people over here. Actually, you can actually see their names, etc. And click on them, and you can get information about these specific people, whether they have a weapon, etc. So one thing we are gonna do immediately, I've already got this. I'm gonna set it to automatically assign residents, and I am gonna purchase some guns, just some pistols. I don't want to buy 304 though. My gosh. That's too much. Oh, I see. That's the price. Damn, they're expensive. Okay. So we're buying 10 of these for 304 each. Pass it out to our residents, and hopefully we'll at least have some defenses prepared. Now, I could eventually, but I probably will before the stream, show you guys, like, a properly built town. Because I have a, I wouldn't call it a city, but it's, like, a large town that I've got saved. But I really wanted to start anew for this video so everybody gets an idea of kind of how the game operates. And again, we are going in the fastest mode possible. This is considered fast mode, ultra fast mode, actually. So that's my first qualm with the game, is the speed needs to be increased. For sure. I mean, I know some people just like to sit back and kind of watch their town develop, you know, little by little, but, you know, I'm in a rush, guys. I got a busy life. I gotta make YouTube videos. So, obviously, in my case, I'd prefer to be able to, like, fast forward a bit. No, let's be honest, I'm just really impatient. Yeah, still homeless, so that means we still need to build more shacks. And second one is up. As you can see down here, there's also a campfire, firewood, excuse me, need. We don't need it right now because we're not in winter, so it's not really that big of a deal. But this game does have seasons, so there's summer, of course. Things can get really hot. People are going to need wells, etc. In fact, wells are the next thing we need to build, but I don't believe we can yet. That's a bridge and a warehouse. The warehouse is pretty important. Right now, our town hall is functioning as a warehouse, but we need a proper one, so I'll put it right here. I don't want to put too many buildings because our actual people could get backlogged. In fact, they're already having some difficulty just with finishing this up, so I'm going to stop building for now and just let these guys sort of build up the town. We're also running out of food. We need that hunter shack built pronto. Okay, the sun is back. Beautiful. And I guess this kind of goes without saying, but this blue line represents the land we own. We can't build outside of this. We actually have to purchase more land, and that angers the natives in the area. So currently we're making a profit of about $60 or $78 per, I guess it's per, I don't know if it's a month or a day or whatever, but we'll take this for now. Maybe it's every hour. And we're still good on scrap metal, but mark my words, we're going to need it eventually. So I'm going to purchase some scrap metal as well. Alright, time to get that hunter post up. Hey, Ken Doggy, good to see you, buddy. And Robert Roberts and Eric Goodyard. How you folks doing? Trying to get our nice little Wild West town up and running, folks. It's going to be a while before we can get any doctors in here or anything like that, because, let's face it, we need more homes, we need more people, etc. I'm going to build another one right here. Alright, the hunter's ready to go. Now, I believe after the hunter, the butcher will be unlocked. We're going to have to build that right away as well. Alright, we got some rain. It's not going to affect us too much, I don't think. And yeah, he's got plenty of animals to hunt just in this area around here. But eventually, you can actually click this button right here to change your working area. So, like, if we want to go after these bison, which I do, so we're going to hunt over here automatically just to try and grab all these bison. We'll also keep buying guns every turn. As you can see, this guy right here, we'll take a look at him. Danny Gilman actually has a nice repeater rifle. So we do have, you know, it's not really a law enforcement yet. That actually comes later. But we do have armed people in the town just in case we get raided or attacked. And that can happen, believe me. Bandits can attack, natives can attack to try to burn our town down. Or just to steal supplies. So we have to be prepared for those possibilities. Oh, actually, oh, that guy just has his shirt off. I was afraid that was actually a Native American. Yeah, this is the guy. This guy also has a repeater here. But the natives will kind of just walk in and start firing, or they'll get to the edge of the woods and fire arrows into town, so we want to be careful. All right, as you can see here, the stonemason needs a new place to work. So I'm going to go ahead and select a new area for him. There's a nice area right there. Unless those are not the correct stones. Maybe not. All right. Is it these stones? Nope. Can't be out there. That's outside of our entire town. Let's see. Maybe over here. There we go. Yeah, it was like, I thought those were the stones, the quarry, etc., but for whatever reason, it didn't want to let us select that. Alright, he's already getting some meat over here. You can see that, and he's going for the wolves first, which I prefer, because we don't want to have wolves or dingoes attacking us nonstop. That's just an easy way to lose a bunch of villagers. Come on now, folks. Get another townhouse up. It's not really a townhouse, but close enough. We might as well just continue building shacks here. Let's have one facing this way if possible. Yeah, that fits. Nice. So this should be enough to house the current residents of our town, I think. We just gained one more. We only have like 10 people here. Now we've got 11 people. And as you can see, I was telling you guys about the horses. Somebody just came in. Ace Ackerman came in with a horse into town. And what we need to do is get some stables up so people can actually park their horses, as it were. Another new person coming in here. So, you know, this is quite important in the game, keeping these horses, because it allows our people to get around a lot faster. It allows them to respond to major attacks. You know, I'm talking major attacks. You could have 20, 30 natives attacking you, and you got to go out there with cavalry, etc. Okay, nice, beautiful, guys. Our cemetery is here, our undertaker's here. We can start building new stuff here. So, first things first, we've got to get the undertaker. Reminds me of that scene in the Clint Eastwood film, Is It for a Few Dollars More? Where he says, get 3 coffins ready. Yeah, he's going to be right in front of the townhouse. That's the perfect area for him. The stable is also going to be important, but I think we need to get the cemetery down. And I'll put the cemetery down back here, sort of the bottom of town. Not enough laborers. We need to get more homes up, people. Let's see if we can also get the butcher. That's going to be very important. And the well. So let's put the well right there in the middle. And we'll put another one over here. Probably not a good idea to keep your well so close to your outhouse, but what do I know about plumbing in this time period? Hey, Araman, how you doing, bud? Yeah, Fistful of Dollars. There it is. There we go. What a great film. And to be honest, this game does have that Fistful of Dollars feel, in the sense, like, it could be, this is where, again, with the review, I'm going to get much more specific, but there are situations where you'll have a gunslinger that'll come into town, and you can actually hire the gunslinger to work for your town. The problem is, you know, it doesn't really go beyond that. Occasionally, people will get into a fight in the street. But what I think would be cool is if, like, you have several gunslingers in your town. Maybe you hear, like, a bell or something, and suddenly one goes over here, and they do, like, a shootout. It could be fun. I mean, I know it sounds kind of weird, but I just think it would add to the game. The game right now is very, well, what's the right word for the game? Depraved? Barren. Very barren. It's just very barren. Now, there are moments of like, oh, this is really cool, etc. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, it feels like a missed opportunity. It feels like a lot more could have been done. Okay, somebody's using the outhouse. That's not weird. Let's boost up here. Make sure that they're going straight for the building. I want to make sure that they build the residential section of our town here first. Probably a good time to get a doctor. We'll put the doctor right here. I hate to work into the forest, but I think we kind of need to, and we're going to start moving out to the east with the rest of, you know, when we build more buildings here for the town, because again, we don't want to take up any of the natural resources in this game. They're very important, and once they're gone, you know, they're gone for good. They're not coming back, or if they are, it's going to take many, many seasons, so we really don't want to mess with them too much. So we'll probably have to expand our territory. I believe we go here to expand, if I'm not mistaken. No, let's buy a settler wagon. Here we go. Expand territory for 5,000. Let's do it, folks. And as you can see, the Chickasaw, we are not pleased that you are enlarging your territory. I didn't expect you would be. I didn't expect you would be. But you know what? We got to do what we got to do. And we'll get another house over here and one over here as well. Let's get the stable. It's actually best if the stable is closer to the center of town, but for now we're going to put it here. Now again, I said I didn't want to get backlogged. We're definitely backlogged at the moment, so we do want to be careful. But as we build more houses, more people will come into town. We'll get, you know, obviously more workers, and things will start going up pretty quickly. One thing I think I might do is get another lumberjack. This is where the game shines, by the way, at night. You can see, like, at night it's very pretty, especially if you start getting, like, very large town. It's quite beautiful, but doesn't really, you know, it's not the be-all, end-all of the game. Still haven't had a gunslinger visit us. And by the way, up here, guys, this is the Chickasaw. There could be an attack. Got to be very careful. Now, any attacks would pop up in the upper left corner, letting us know that one of our villagers is being attacked. But we want to be very careful here, especially at night with the Chickasaw upset. We know they're in the south, so they'd probably come up here and attack from down here. Just have to be prepared for that possibility. And if it happens, we'll bring out some guys with guns. You know, several of our guys already have guns because we purchased them, and just engage. This guy's got a pistol over here. Ace Ackerman, that's the guy that actually brought in the horse. Welcome aboard, Ace. All right, back to work, folks. Now, let's go take a look at that native camp. The good news in this particular scenario, and again, every single map is different. It's randomly generated. But one thing I really love about this scenario is we're close to the railroad, and there are no natives near the railroad. Now, the problem is we still are going to have to expand our territory significantly to get near that railroad, but at least we don't have to wipe out any natives in front of it. That would be a whole battle in itself, though they're probably going to be just as pissed that we're expanding that far, so it might not make a difference either way, really. Let's take a look at the food. Food's at 20. Food's doing fine. Even water's doing fine. No, we don't have this well up. Come on now, people. All right. Good work there by Anton Kurich. Just got another shack up. Well, almost. It's at 95%. Close enough. New building available, folks. Let's see what it is. It's going to be... Okay, we can get a woodcutter, or we can go ahead and get a tailor. I think the woodcutter is going to be the most important thing. This essentially turns wood into firewood, and we are going to need firewood eventually. It will be life and death, pretty much. The tailor as well, from leather or cloth, so we'll put him near our hunter. And this is the actual rail station, but as you can see, we can only place the rail station on existing rails. So once we do that, obviously our trade will go up tremendously, but we can't do that just yet. Something to eat. Uh-oh. No, we're still good. Something to eat. So we got an achievement for food. Our food is fine. 12 meat. That's enough to feed the people. Maybe we should get one more hunter up, but I'm not doing it yet. I think we're just fine. Got a big stack of meat over there and a big stack of meat right there. What we do need are some stables, desperately. A gunslinger is on his way to Decorah. Guys, this is going to be our first gunslinger. Who knows what his skill level is, but his name is, can't see it from here, Saucin Gunser. Really? All right, let's see, $25 to purchase him. Yeah, I'm going to purchase him as a defender here of the town, and he's going to be an integral part of our defense. I mean, these guys can do a really good job at, you know, hunting down natives, killing bandits, etc. So our first real gunslinger, and he's always going to have those twin guns underneath him to sort of separate him from the rest of the guys with guns. Pretty much his skill is much higher, etc. Takes longer to kill him, so yeah, we definitely want to take care of this guy if possible. All right, new building available. What do we got here, boys? The fire station. That's $600. It is worth it, but it's $600. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to kick myself if a fire starts, but let's just hope it doesn't. And eventually we will build that fire station. I don't want to really go down beneath $5,000. I'd like to keep a balance of $5,000 if I can. We'll see what happens. Now, eventually, we're going to be able to get a hotel because our town is going to be so big that to accommodate all the travelers and the settlers, we're going to need something much larger. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for right now. Okay, the crop field. So I'm not too familiar with the crop field. I believe, though, that we have to build it in sort of green grass areas like this. And eventually, we can actually harvest the wheat, do certain things with it. We could also grow potatoes or corn, but I'm mostly going to grow wheat. I will make one field of corn, or one field of potatoes, actually. Because I think you can mix wheat and potatoes to get some sort of interesting combination. All right, bandits have settled close to Decorah. What did I tell you guys? So now we've got a group of bandits. They're known as the Mayfield Brothers. As you can see, they've got their own gang name and everything. Now, we could go out, shoot these guys, and burn down their camp. but I think we should wait until we get at least one more gunslinger. I think we would probably still be able to do it, but we're gonna get hit a lot. You know, we'll take a lot of shots. So I'll probably wait just a little bit. They're not going to be too much of a risk now, but you know, give it a few days and they're going to be a big problem. Let's see. Got to get that doctor's office up as well. That's one of the most important buildings. Hello, Peter. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, we could just get a nice little posse together and take them out pretty quickly, actually, but I don't know. We could also lose a lot of people. All right, Lumberjack, we need to put him in another area. We're going to send the Lumberjack right there. It's a perfect area. Resident of Decorah is being attacked. Oh, my goodness. And it looks like... What was he attacked by? Well, whatever he was attacked by, we need to get that damn doctor's office up. Come on now. All right, this is a criminal. Arrest the bandit. So this is why we need the sheriff, as Eric said, because if we get a sheriff, we can actually arrest this guy. Right now, he's probably just going to run away, pretty much. Is he part of that gang? I don't think so. I think this is just a bad dude, period. Bad hombre. Well, if he's a bad hombre, I don't know if we should let him get away. He's got a pistol, doesn't he? Shoot him. Oh, yeah, the 6-shooter. He's got him. All right, guys. Now, he was a resident, but like I said, he was a bad guy. And currently, we don't have a sheriff. So that's the kind of justice you get in Decorah right now. I'm sorry, we don't have a jail to hold you. So just take you to the cemetery. And there we go. There goes the little cemetery wagon off to bury this guy outside of town over here in these unmarked graves. Hey, man, it's tough out here in the West. You know, this is a rough living. It's a rough lifestyle. You got to get used to it. And that guy pissed off the wrong people. Now, as you can see, the interesting thing is, had we had a sheriff, we actually would have made $100 just for arresting him, which is a really cool addition to the game. I think it really forces you to interact with your settlement, and that's something I think a lot of games like Age of Empires, etc., really don't do very well. You know, you just kind of forget about your settlement at some point. You're focused on other things. Here, you're always going back to look at different areas, you know, make sure there are no bandits or criminals in your town, etc. So I think that's definitely a bonus. Didn't I tell you guys, metal parts were eventually going to run out? We are going to buy some metal parts. In fact, we're going to buy a lot of metal parts. All right. Now, eventually, you'll get a new class of folks, merchants and settlers in Decorah, but currently we just have pioneers. So this is a pretty rough place, if that makes sense. You know, until we get a sheriff up, this is a pretty dangerous place as well. It only becomes like a proper town, and you only really get to like upgrade the civic infrastructure of the town once you know, unlock some more buildings, etc., unlock some more residents. At that point, you can actually get a pretty safe town. But right now, our crime rate is sky high, believe me. That's why we had that awful little thing, that unmentionable thing happen with the guy getting into a fight, and unfortunately us having to administer street justice to him. Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen once we get the sheriff, but that's going to take a while. Now, we can get the pig farm. Pig farms are wonderful. Yeah, let's get a pig farm. Actually, you know what? We're doing pretty well with the hunter. I'm not going to worry about another food resource right now. The butcher is important, though. So I'm going to have him facing the hunter. But again, we really don't want to build on the woodland. So let's try and get him, like, right. Yeah, nice. Eventually, we will get a sheep farm and various other farms, but for now, I think we're good on food. Another reason to get, you know, farms up is not necessarily just to feed your people, but don't forget, you know, this town hall is an invaluable place to trade things, so we could actually sell our excess meat. It's another reason it might not be such a bad idea to get that farm up. I'm just not really seeing a good location Let's put one, maybe a sheep farm, like, right here. How awful would it be to live near a sheep farm? Silence of the Lambs. Ooh, thanks, Eric. So Eric's already played this game. I didn't know that, man. So apparently you can patrol with your gunslingers around the town to lower crime. Is that what it is, Eric? Yeah, because there is a crime rate, and obviously if the crime rate goes up, less people will come to the town. People won't work as hard. You know, people will get killed randomly, of course. So that is a cause for concern. And there's a lot of people here right now, people. A lot of them. Just look at this. Gotta get that stable up. We're gonna be getting some shacks up pretty soon, and hopefully we can get the hotel up. A resident of Decor is being attacked. Oh my goodness. That was murder. That was just murder. Oh no, it was a bear. It was a bear. Okay, get him to the doctor. We've got the doctor up now, so she can actually survive. You're gonna be okay, ma'am. No, go to the doctor's office. Go there. Go to doctor. She'll go eventually. She's gonna drop off some of that wood, apparently, first. Tough woman, I must say. Oh, the doctor's at 92%. We really have to build this. It is on the maximum setting for priority, so just hoping we get it up before she bleeds out. After being mauled by a bear, unlikely that's gonna happen. Alright, the sun is coming back. Pietro says, this has only been a quick check-in, Agrippa. I've been so busy with the uni that I haven't joined a stream in ages. I plan on binging all the videos from the last month this week. Haha, thank you, man. Well, I hope you're doing well in uni. I mean, that's the important thing, man. I watched the Lost One Gamers channel. Ah, okay, interesting. Okay. What do you guys think so far? I mean, I'm torn. I'm so torn with this game. I can't express that enough. I still enjoy playing it. But I just feel like there's so much potential here that was kind of unaddressed, you know? It's, so much more could happen here. It's not bad, just not great either. I think right now it's 6/10 on Steam. I would give it, like, maybe a 7 out of 10. Even graphics-wise, like, that's pretty much, for me, forgivable. I really care more about gameplay. But, you know, they could be better. There could be, some somewhat better graphics. That would probably boost the score a little bit, at least. Look at that. We've got our crops. Beautiful. The wheat is coming in nicely, my friends. We'll probably end up growing some more wheat as well. Now, we do want a silo to be able to hold all this wheat. So I'm going to go ahead and pop one down there. And where is that damn stable? Where did we build the stable, guys? It's here. We got to make the stable a priority, because we can't just have horses out in front of our town hall. Gunslinger is on his way to Decor. We're going to get the second gunslinger. And this one, let's get the name. It's going to be Calhoun Austin. All right, well, let's take Calhoun Austin. We're going to go ahead and pick him up. And I think, guys, I think it's time to take those bandits on, don't you? So let's get our gunslingers down here. And I'm probably going to bring support, in the form of a few residents. Now, this is the part of the game I actually like. We'll actually slow down to regular speed here. And we'll bring this guy right here. Good old Olaf Bone. Sounds like a porno name. All right, here we go. Let's get him down here. 3 might be enough. Yeah, I could have sworn that I sent another one here. Let's just make sure. Yeah, let's go. Yep, there he is. All right, here we go. And he's actually on his horse. All right, fair enough. We'll let him do that. Here we go, guys. Our first attack on the enemy gang. Wish us luck. I'm going to go back to regular speed here. Have a nice little gunfight. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. It begins. We're not pleased that you have entered our land. You will see what you have of it, okay? You could tell that the, oh, look at that. They all surrendered. My goodness. Now, unfortunately, we can't take prisoners. But that's really cool. We could have taken them prisoner, had we had a sheriff. Unfortunately. Can we not shoot them? Well, here's what we can do. We're going to burn down their camp. Maybe they just get to kind of walk away. It'd be cool if they just kind of joined us. But, yeah, this obviously shows what we really need is to get that sheriff up. Once we get the sheriff, we could have come in here and actually arrested him. And, by the way, I think the surrender mechanic is awesome. I wish more games would employ the surrender mechanic. So that's one huge plus to the game. Being able to take people prisoner, etc., instead of, you know, just having to kill everybody. That is pretty cool. Burn it. And actually, another thing I'm going to do, this is the best way to disgrace a man. Well, there's others. What you do is you go ahead and you steal his horse. We're going to steal their horses from them. Then we'll get away with their horses and with their dignity, too. Thanks so much, Eric. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, a lot of people have been giving a lot of a bad rap to that game, man. You know, I persevere because I enjoy the game, and I keep playing Close Combat, but the comments sometimes are brutal. Like, just people like, oh, I hate this game, I would never play it, you know. Okay, a resident of Decorah was murdered. Okay, no, that's actually, so he was murdered because of the gunfight, which actually makes sense. What we need to do is we need to let these guys go back home, because they need to get to a doctor. But yeah, just a lot of hate for the new Close Combat game. A lot of love too. Like it's very 50-50, where you have people like fiercely defending it and others that are annoyed with it. I can definitely see some issues with it. Like certainly the tank aiming is crazy. It doesn't make sense. There's some sort of bug there where the tank just is not firing or aiming properly. There's a few just issues. Obviously the unit sprites could use some work definitely. But I do think that it's a pretty fun game. I think it's a pretty solid game. Do I think there's room for improvement? Yeah, definitely. But like for instance, I would play Close Combat over Depraved here. And Depraved is pretty interesting, but I just prefer Close Combat, I guess. 17 viewers. Hello, folks. Guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit the very special bell button so that you get regular updates on when I'm actually streaming and uploading videos, etc. But that's going to be it here for me and Depraved. I hope you guys had fun. I'll try and play this game again. I'm not going to promise anything. I've actually got another save going on right now. I don't know why I'm going to call this Tropico, but it just feels right. Or Trioc also works. There we go. And actually, I'll show you guys my other town. Just give you guys a little visual here of like what happens when you really grow the actual town. And of course, this is my first one, so it's not exactly very neat or anything, but it shows you the scale of the game. And again, it could get a lot bigger than this. Like you could pretty much take over the entire map if you wanted to. But this is our other town over here. Kind of put it right there on the edge of a nice little river there. And if you guys see like all the little gunslingers around, I think I've got like 5 or 6 gunslingers. But I've also got other problems. I've got bandit camps. I've got a Native American tribe over here, and look at how much bigger this tribe is than the one over at our old map. I mean, this one is absolutely huge, and they've also got. We can actually see the goods inside their teepees, which means if we raid this and burn down the teepees, we could steal those goods for ourselves, probably sell them, etc. Really, really cool stuff. Hey, Renee, how you doing, man? Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys will catch me on another video, and I'll see you on the next one, people. Hey, Nestor, how you doing, man?